And we are live for another daily drawing club. Today, question of the day. Any tips on drawing hair? Yes, we do have some tips on drawing hair. Get into that. And also today, as usual, we will have our daily drawing challenge here in a moment. Art tips and advice as I draw. And generally answering any of your questions for the next half hour or so. Let's see here. Switch up the music a little bit. Right on. So today's drawing challenge. So resetting again. Question of the day was any tips on drawing hair? I do have some tips on drawing hair. Hey gang. Morning, Steph. Saw your drawing prompt. I might show it off here in a second. I'm still waking up, still kind of getting there. I got my jar dye mug available in the shop. Little plug for that. It's a nice mug. I like it. Love it. 12 ounces of coffee there. Morning, Dan. Today we're going to talk about tips for drawing hair. But first, today's drawing challenge. And I had to go with the prompt from the Daily Club for a couple reasons. So the Daily Club prompt today, it comes out at 5 a.m. is leaping lizards, because it's leap day. Happy leap day, everybody. So leaping lizards. I'm supposed to, okay, great. So we're going to draw some lizards today. I'm going to draw some lizards leaping. And then the other question that I'll get to later is tips on drawing hair. So first off, leaping lizards. I just want to say every morning in the Discord for the Daily Drawing Club here, I'll zoom in on a couple of these. Yesterday's was make your own tiki, or tiki day. The day before that was take these shapes and make them into vehicles of some kind. So it was a nice challenge there. But every morning, usually, it's one or two, but it's usually Steph. She just drew leaping lizards this morning. This is her leaping lizard. So that's a 10, Steph. So awesome. So try to beat Steph. These emails come out at 5 a.m. every morning. Challenge her. Like, we don't want to, like, she could draw it in seconds. So, all right. Hats off to you, Steph. So leaping lizards. I'm going to go ahead and just get a drawing layer here. Hopefully you can see all three of my screens. Uh-oh. You know what? One moment. I forgot to turn off the auto lock. Let me do this real quick. It's going to lock my screen if I don't. Live stream problems, right? Auto lock. Never. The one thing I forgot to do to prep this. Get a little behind the scenes action there in the stream. All right, there we go. Now we're ready. And I don't like my little face there. Let me move my little face somewhere over here. All right, that's good. Just because I have people that ask, can I see your hand gestures in Procreate? But I thought I'd set up that camera that way. All right, so lizards, leaping lizards, I guess I'll talk a little bit about structure of a lizard too, just because there's a lot of beginners that watch. For me, I'm going to draw small. I'm going to draw like a shape pretty small. I try not to get inspired by anything I just saw. So I try not to look at the prompts from the other artists. But yeah, lizards have sort of a long body shape and tail, you know? I'm just trying to get the silhouette down. You know, I've drawn lizards before, so I kind of know they got like long, claw fingers and stuff like that. Or, it's okay that if it's not perfect, a perfect lizard, but that's kind of a shape of a lizard, right? And if I wanted him to be leaping from something, I might actually take that tail and make it kind of and tilt him a little bit. He's already leapt over something. Then I'm gonna blow up that little smudge there. Fade that out. Morning, Dan. Dan's been joining all the streams. We got the stream. I've been doing some surprise streams over on my TikTok, by the way. Probably do some streams here on YouTube too. Just randomly when I'm sitting down to draw, I'm thinking, well, I got the camera set up. Why don't I just turn it off? Okay, layer above that one real quick. I don't know what kind of lizard this would be, but I'm just going to kind of make it up from imagination. I know that lizards have bodies like that, so that's the first thing to kind of pencil in. And now I'm just tracing my own, rough sketch, I guess you could call it. And I'm just making up a lizard from memory. I used to have an iguana ages ago, so I'm just kind of. Well, he doesn't have teeth. Well, he did have teeth, but it was very kind of iguana. So those like reptilian type faces, right? An artist out there, think of the shape of like that, usually like a snake head or something like that. The eye goes on the side over here. That's the center line. Mouth, the bottom. That's pretty much. Hey, it's 7 a.m. here, so it's not perfect, but that's the basics of like a lizard shaped head, right? Kind of that face, and then you can have some fun with it and animate it a little bit, like pull his mouth off there. Why not? Doesn't have to be perfect. This is practice, right? So we're drawing every day. Again, I'm going to say that every day. Drawing every day. I don't really feel like my iguana had too many scales, to be honest. It's just like, you know, mind lizard. There you go. Yeah, it's a mind lizard. That's a good challenge. Like mind horse. My friend Raven on Instagram or Facebook does the mind horse thing. My other friend Adam, they did that once. I don't know if they made that up, but I credit them because it's the first time I saw mind horse. Mind lizard. And of course, this is a leaping lizard. So it's leaping over something. And, I'm just using my imagination here, but it's just really basic for the stream. Be, some fire. Some kind of pretty basic. But now that we got that, like, if I'm just playing around, my art mind might be like, how do we expand on that with another mind lizard over here? Get a little creative with the tail. Anything that's on the bodies when I'm drawing and that can be kind of expressive, so we know that, well, at least iguanas had these creepy little hands. You know that. I never liked to clean the iguana's cage. I made my ex-wife do that because he would always get me with his claws and stuff. He had some sharp. You had to clip his claws because, he actually had some talons going like that. This is the when you get these daily drawing prompts, you can use it as a time to kind of practice just thinking about stuff in a sketchbook. Trying to remember, his name was Iggy, of course. I named him after Iggy Pop. I don't even know if my ex-wife knew who Iggy Pop was, to be honest. Shout outs. But Iggy was a good boy. All right. So yeah, you see, I'm just playing around there. There's some leaping lizards. And again, this would just be hey, this was a morning drawing prompt. The whole idea was to just get my drawing, my hand going, getting warmed up a little bit. It's kind of challenging to just straight up draw a lizard in the morning, I gotta say. I'm kind of missing his little beard, and now I'm remembering. That's great. All right, good enough. They're leaping over lots of fire because fire. Holy cow. So yeah, that's today's drawing challenge. Draw some leaping lizards. That's also the drawing challenge in the daily club. I usually don't show that. We have a daily drawing club. You can join that there. Link in description, probably. You get 10% off merch, quarterly sticker, and other perks. So we're going to have weekend streams, weekend members only streams where we'll, talk a little more openly, let's say. Maybe I'll get Allie on to join us. She's been really busy packing a lot of merch. So shout outs to Allie. She's been killing it in the merch packing game. All right. So question of the day. And if you have any questions, if you're watching live, if you have any questions about art, you can throw them in the chat or drop them in the comment if you're watching on the replay. It's okay to watch the replays. We have a lot of people doing that. Not many people want to get up and, be live on the internet at 7 a.m. So question of the day, any tips on drawing hair? And I get a lot of questions like this, and I usually just go I don't know, just draw from life or something. But first thing I'm going to say is look at hair. tip number one is like look at different types of hair, you know. And here I've just pulled in random. I just wrote hairstyles into Pinterest, and I was able to grab multiple hairstyles. It gave me a lot of men's hairstyles, and also this hairstyle. That's one for the thumbnail. Like what the? How to draw hair? Put that on the thumbnail. But yeah, then I typed in ladies' hairstyles too, because I was like, you know, most people when they're asking to draw hair, they're looking to draw a lady, right? So, Steph said no. No thumbnail for that one? No. Great. So what I'm going to do is I'll just fade that out for my first little tip. Like, because usually the mistake that people make when they're starting out art, or even like, I don't know, you might even just be doing it sometimes. You know, you've learned to draw a head. So you've learned to draw this like, oh, look, there's a head and there's the eye line and the mouth and the ears go here and the nose goes here. And, you know, you can learn these basic things. But then beginning artists will start going like this and drawing every strand of hair. And you don't want to do that. So I'm going to go 3 up here real quick so I can center that a little bit. So yeah, that's the mistake that beginning artists make a lot, is they're trying to like draw every strand of hair, you know, or when you have your stick figure and you're like, you know, which can be fun, but that's not the move. So a trick that you want to practice is, and I faded these out a little bit. I'll make these go a little bit darker so you can see the hairstyles. So we'll just go in and zoom in on some hair. And what you got to start thinking about, for this is a hair tip, by the way, what you want to start thinking about with hair is thinking of the whole shape of the hair. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit there. Red's not showing up too good. Let me just change it to black. Change my other pencil for this one. Yeah, you want to think of the whole shape of the hair. Start thinking of it like that, right? So just think about the shape of the hair. This man's got some dreads. This dude has like a way too hip haircut. So you're just thinking of those shapes. Don't think of the individual strands of hair at first. Look at this hip young man. He's got some curly hair. You don't want to think about going like this. Don't do that. You want to just go ahead and just keep memorizing the shapes. Trace over the shape of the silhouette of the hairstyle, right? And then start doing this. You'll start doing this in your mind, just like those mind lizards. This pretty lady here. Wonder what she does for a living. All right, there we go. And then again, I'll think of her. Just the overall shape of that haircut. Same thing with this actress of some kind. I don't know. I'm not thinking of the individual. You got to remove the thought of this is hair and just think of shapes. That's the secret to hair. Right? Now when we turn off, I think I've done enough of that. If we turn off the people, you got these blobs, right? So now just think about that when you're drawing, instead of drawing frazzled crazy lady here, Woolly Willy. I've got a Woolly Willy right over here on my, hold on. Oh man, where's he at? Oh, did I take it off of it? Took it off the rack, guys. Damn, would have been a great moment there. But anyways, so now you know not to do that. What you do is you would maybe, figure out where you're. I'm going to go back to red. Go back to my main brush. You're going to figure out, this is your head or the head. And then you're going to think about just throwing like the big shape on there. Like where does it cover the eye line and stuff like that. And then erase those lines. And then you go in and kind of think of other shapes of clumps of hair, let's say. That's my tip for drawing better hair. I'm going to draw a better lady here for a second, so you can see that I kind of know what I'm doing. If I draw just the face, and then I'm just going to make up a shape. It's going to be pretty wild. As most people that are like, I want to draw, some pinup art or something like that. Some witch or cool lady. Don't forget the bangs. You don't want to have like forehead action happening all the time on your drawings. And then you got your eye line kind of there. You see how I just drew just the shape. This is, again, if you're not on a live stream, you're just in your sketchbook, you're just kind of figuring it out as you're going. Throw some shadows underneath the hair there. And now you're just using the fundamentals of drawing to kind of figure out the flow of those shapes. I'm just thinking all the shapes. Maybe make a wispy hair going off. Now, coloring and painting hair, that's the same situation. I'm not gonna do all that for you. There's plenty of other tutorials out there for that stuff. That's the tip on hair. Let's do another one real quick. Still got about 8 minutes left on our daily stream. Don't draw hair like that. Don't draw hair like that. At least that's how I started. That was like the big unlock for me when I was drawing comics a lot, was not thinking of it like I have to draw every strand. Same thing with like a young man's haircut or like a dude's haircut. Like we might have a guy here, just a quick shape. We have a guy, say that's his ear, say that's his eye line, nose, chin, jaw. And remember what I did over here with these fellows, where I just kind of, so I'm remembering this. Let's remember this ridiculous pompadour here. It's very smooth young man. I'm going to kind of go with that. I'm just remembering that shape. I'm going to just put that shape right on this guy. See, and I remember that it had like some Johnny Bravo action going on there, right? Does anyone? Well, I mean, I know there's people in the chat that remember Johnny Bravo. Boy, there's so many people that don't. It just makes me sad. Makes me sad for you. He liked Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo. compared to, let's do. So now we can see that was the tip of the day. Any tips on drawing hair? Get rid of that. The tip was, thanks for joining again. Think of it hair in shapes instead of this crazy stuff. Don't draw hair like that. And then we talked about Johnny Bravo, which I think maybe he had like this is something typical you might do when you're in like a drawing session. You might go, I think he had like just sunglasses, right? Like that. You might do like a Johnny Bravo in your own style prompt. That would have been fun. Maybe next week, the drawing club. I have a little tiny picture of Johnny Bravo on the other screen, to be honest, but pretty easy character to draw. All right, so lizards. A couple minutes left here. Try to go about 30 minutes a day. What else? Plugs, join the Daily Drawing Club. I do secret streams on all my platforms. Well, no, I do secret streams on TikTok. Yeah. And I'll probably do some here on YouTube as well. I'm working on daily comic strips at VFriends, so make sure you read VFriends. I go live as well on the VFriends channels during the day, so there's different schedules, so check that out. I know Dan joined the stream yesterday afternoon, watched some drawing live, and I think that's it, guys. I'm going to call this a stream and get to work. Thanks for joining. Thanks for getting up early. Hope you're drawing today. I hope you draw early and draw often. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying these streams. And if you're watching it in replay, please drop a comment. Let me know what you let me know what you think. And if you have any tips on what you'd want to see on this stream, or should I do it every single day? Yes, because it's the Daily Drawing Club. Then we'll see you soon. Let me know. We'll see you soon. Back to the drawing board for me.